Hey, what's up guys? Today I would like to give you a closer look at leveling build and also a quick showcase of the skills just so you know what the Hawkeye is all about. We're gonna talk which certain skills you have to pick, which you could pick, and those you can throw out of the window. You all know when it comes to MMOs, one of the most annoying things is the moment you realize, damn, I messed up my skill points, my skill tree, whatever it might be, and it kinda screws you up. Luckily in Lost Ark we can reset our skills at any point, any time given, but that requires you in-game currency, and it kinda can get expensive, and we don't want that, right? So let's get started. Once you find yourself in-game, your skill hotbar will look like this, with 6 different abilities. You unlock the rest of your repertoire at specific levels. When it comes to leveling up, the Hawkeye is one of the best, I would say. It has great range and melee AoE damage, amazing burst, and on top of that is mobile. Let's start off with our first skill, called Rapid Shot. Very straightforward, it shoots 3 times, low cooldown 5 seconds, and has a slight knockback. Let me show you. Damage is meh. So question is, do we need skill points into this skill? And the answer is no. Just leave it at 1 point and it's gonna be fine until 50. Next skill we get Atomic. Atomic is, yeah, if anything it's a PvP skill, so we can leave that out for now. What it does, it sticks a bomb on the enemy and explodes after 2 seconds. Yeah, not really needed whatsoever. Next skill we got Aero Tsunami. Very slow attack. Takes way too much time to get started. This skill is more like a setup skill. Let's say you've been followed by a trash can, you shoot it. Yeah. Next skill we got Aeroshell. This skill is something you could invest points into. It depends on your playstyle, I would say. It is not necessary by any means. I had it on 1 point until 15. I was totally fine with it. I've seen other people investing 10 points into it just because they like to be on max range and do their AoE damage. It depends on your playstyle, so you have to figure that out for yourself. It's not must-have, but you can do that most likely. Next skill we got Movecut. This skill is something you have to take. It's not meant to deal damage. It's just for the cause of mobility. Just to dash around, get faster from A to B, stuff like that. Next skill is Bladestorm. So this skill is the first skill you have to max out. So the moment you have enough points, put 10 points into it. Will look like this. For the tripods, very important is the first one here. It gives you 12 points in your hotbar for every 3 hit you do. So yeah, I explained it already in my raid build video. It's something you have to take. It's one of the most important tripods for an Hawkeye. For the first row. For the second one we would take this. It makes you spin longer, which is pretty nice synergy with the first one. And for the last one, this, it also makes the lightning blades in towards the end of the spin crit. So the skill where you want to max out is just simply, this skill is meant to clear out mobs as fast as possible. And that's what you're looking for in leveling build. You want to use a skill and pretty much kill everything with it. So my recommendation is, the moment you have enough points, put immediately 10 points into it, use this build, and you're pretty good to go. At level 12 you unlock Claymore. Claymore is also just like the range shower kind of taste of skill. It depends how you play, and that's something you have to figure out for yourself. But if you like it, you can definitely max it out. It helps also with clearing mobs. Damage is fine. And also if you put points into it, let's say you like the skill and you have 10 points, and you can go for the first one, which increases attack speed by 15%. What it really does is the animation of the Claymore, so that's why you want to take it. For the second point you want to take lightning, and for the last one you take this one. So what it does is, let's say you have trash cannon around you, use Claymore, push them back, electrocute, slightly paralyzed. Also great setup skill. You can also of course go with the fire one. The fire one I believe leaves a burn dot on the ground. Let me show quickly. So this is the fire option. Actually yeah. Knockback, huge damage, burning damage, can work also for leveling up. Is it needed? Not really. Because most of the times Bladestorm is already doing the job, so you barely have time to use any other skills. But can work, definitely can work. For 16 you unlock Charging Shot. This is your second skill you have to max out immediately, right after Bladestorm. So the moment you have Bladestorm, Charging Shot, you want to max it out as fast as possible. Basically charging up, 3 bars and shooting. Also probably your highest hitting skill until 50. Let's say you've been followed, you can charge it up. The longer you charge, obviously the more damage it does. Knocks them back. So let's say you have 10 points into it. The first skill you want to do is reduce cooldown. Very important, because you want to use it as fast as or as soon as possible. For the second one, for leveling, important is this one. It adds up another arrow to it, and it deals 50% more damage. And for the last one you take this. It increases the crit damage by 30% and also increases the damage by 30%. So now again, you basically charge, and charge, and now you see most of them died. So next online we got Volley. Volley is a pure PvP skill in my opinion. You don't really need it for PvE whatsoever. This is a skill which, yeah, you can leave out for now. Don't bother with it. So the very next important skill is Sharpshooter. This is a skill you have to take immediately once you learned it. Sharpshooter is a skill I also explained in my another video. It's more important just for dungeons and leveling up against bosses. It can be used as AoE against mobs, but yeah, you just want to take it for bosses most of the time. Then we got DM42. This is a skill which you could also invest points into it. Depends on your playstyle if you like to be melee, because this is a very close range skill. It's basically just a bomb. You lay it on the ground, and let's say mobs just go around it. Yeah. It has extremely high base damage. And yeah, personally I don't even use it until 50, just because I didn't need it, and if anything, in my opinion, this is skill for raids. The next two very skills I'm gonna leave out for now. Tenacious Pursuit and Evasive Fire. Those two are pure PvP mobility skills, and that's not what we are looking for. Next up we got Movecut. Movecut is a very simple skill, just cutting, and the damage isn't really great. You don't really need it for leveling up. Next we got Smoke Arrow, which you can invest points into it, but is it really needed? Not really. Damage isn't really great. Yeah, it kind of slows them up. It can be used as a setup skill probably. Let's say you Smoke Arrow, then they are slowed and you can charge up. But but you can also leave it at 1 point. If you want to do it as a setup, you don't really need to put points into it. The next skill is Shadow Arrow. Shadow Arrow is something you don't want to take for leveling up, because this is also just PvP skill. We are not going to talk about that. The next skill is Electric Nova. This skill is, yeah, absolutely horrendous. It deals barely no damage. It kind of spreads electricity, but yeah, damage isn't really great. Huge cooldown of 22 for absolutely nothing. We don't need it. It looks great, but that's about it. And also at level 50, once you hit level 50, you can unlock Snipe. Snipe is as well explained in my another video. This is your hardest hitting skill, and you have to max it out once you have 50. So what you want to do is you can max out 3 skills at max. You could do more, but my recommendation is you max 3 skills, which have to be Blade Storm, which have to be Charge Shot, and which can be Claymore or Aeroshell. Those skills can be maxed out, so you save up enough points once you're at 50, and once you're 50 you put all your remaining points into Snipe, so you can max it out. And then, very important, I nearly forgot it, Sharpshooter of course has to be maxed out. As I said, this is one of your most important skills. What you want to do is you put 10 points into it, then you take 15% more crit chance, you take 40% more damage against bosses, and you take 50% more crit damage. This skill can be also used for clearing our mobs, but doesn't happen too often. Now that we have talked about the skills, things to keep in mind, very important, as I said, the Charge Shot and the Blade Storm, they have to be maxed out. And honestly, the other skills, they are just more like a setup skill, because those two will do the job regardless. If you have quests, if you're in a dungeon and have a lot of trash can, those two usually will kill basically everything. Just as an example, the reason why I didn't level up Aeroshell was just because I personally used it as a setup skill. What Aeroshell does, it makes him kinda grounded, and then you have enough time to shoot. Use Aeroshell more aggressively and want to do damage, then you kinda do it like this. And even then the damage isn't really great. So yeah, in my opinion, leave it at 1 point, or invest like 4 points into it just for the animation speed. Also, once you have enough points, put some points into Rapid Shot, at least 4, so you can have this one. This is 20% more damage to basically everything below seed monsters. What seed monsters are, I explained in my other video. It can also look like this. For the Claymore, yeah, let's say you like the Claymore really much, then you can also of course put 10 points into it. Go with the fire route, doesn't really matter if fire or lightning. So yeah, very important is your build can look like this. And once you're at 50, you will have enough points to put 10 points into Snipe, and you should be good to go. Alright, with that all being said, your skill bar should look like this, or similar to this, doesn't have to be in this order. And once you're 50, you can take Snipe, and you can exchange it for Claymore or for Aeroshell, depending on which skill you didn't really pay much attention to. And this kind of sums up the whole leveling up build. But yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know, and I hope I could help you. See you next time.